So breathing into the count of 4 and breathing out to the count of 4. You're relaxing your jaw and your shoulders. Feel the spine lengthening. Your belly button slightly drawing back to the spine. Relaxing your pelvic area. And then letting go of the counts of the breath. Be aware of your breathing. But be aware of your body now. Is there any aches, any pains, any places where there's stagnation, any light places? How are you feeling emotionally? How do you feel mentally? Just be a curious observer. Don't be attached to how you feel or what you're thinking. Just accept them and set them free. So from here, we're going to move into our first posture of the evening, one that you all know, I would imagine, is child's pose, balasana. So what you're doing with this, if you need to, you can put cushions underneath your bottom, but you're going to place your palms together and place the palms on top of your head. So you're coming into child's pose. You can have your legs apart or together, depends on where you're at today. So the palms are on the top of your head. And we're going to stay here for 3 minutes. Okay? So every time your mind wanders, come back to your breath. So find your edge, commit to your stillness. So tonight's class, we're going to be working with the upper body meridians. So I didn't say that we're, normally in the Yang practice, we work with prana. We work with the Indian version of universal life force energy. With Yin Yoga, we're working with the Chinese medicine, the Chinese meridian system. And so we're working with the meridians, which is similar to the nadis. So you might have heard of the nadis, the channels, and when we've ever worked with Kundalini Yoga, and you're working to move up the chakras, to awaken Kundalini, the main nadis, the main one is Sushumna, up the spine, and the other 2 nadis go up the right and left, and they cross at each chakra, the Ida and Pingala. So we're working with meridians today, and we're working with the upper body meridians. So this is going to help us with feeling a little bit better. It's going to help calm our emotions slightly. So there'll be times when I leave you in stillness to allow you to rest in your own energy field and marinate in it. Don't worry that the computer or the link hasn't stopped working. I've just gone quiet. Relax your jaw and your shoulders. You're not holding tension anywhere. Just allowing yourself to be. So slowly bring yourself back up. Just gently sitting up. I'm going to move into our next posture, Anahatasana. So you're going to try and melt your chest down to the floor, but you can if you like. Now normally what you would be doing is just really sinking down. I broke my neck at C6, so if I flop my head right down, it can sometimes be damaging to my cervical spine, or it gives my neck pain. So I have a slight Jalandhara bandha. I tuck the chin in slightly just to protect the cervical spine. So work with what works with you. So Anahatasana, Anahata means heart. So you're coming down, so you can place cushions or blocks or something to rest your head if you need to, like this. Or you come down, so bottom's in the air, and you're trying to sink your heart down into the ground. So you can have your chin or your forehead on the ground. Find your edge and commit to stillness. This really helps to open up the shoulder area. Breathe into your shoulders. Breathe into the back of your shoulder blades. So we're staying here for 3 minutes. So just commit to stillness. If you're used to a yang class, that sometimes the controlling the breath and the not wriggling around, not moving can be really challenging. It actually trains you to be able to be accepting of change, of different things happening within you or around you. Things that you learn about yourself on your mat, you can take back off the mat and apply it. Just try to melt your chest down to the floor. It doesn't matter what you look like. Be aware of any tension in the body and just allow it to melt away. Bring awareness into your shoulder blades, your armpits, and feel that lovely warmth and nurturing. Got 1 more minute there. In the way of the world, it's just nice to practice yin, because you know you don't have to make any decisions in this moment, because we're adapting with so much. This is our time, just our time to be. All you have to do, just be yourself. Begin to prepare to move out of the pose and coming into child's pose, but this time take your arms down by your side and take your legs together and just bring awareness into any warmth, any sensations in your body. Feel safe and warm. Listen to your breath. Feel yourself connected. And place your hands to either side of your head and gently push yourself up. So we're going to move into the Sphinx pose. So this involves coming down onto your bellies. You can imagine we're just going to be like sphinxes now. So you can choose, again, it's not about the shape. So you can choose to have your legs close together or far apart. If your legs are a little bit further apart, actually takes the pressure off your sacrum. Keep your shoulders relaxed, your jaw relaxed, and you're just going to stay here. So connecting with your breath. So this is working with your lumbar spine here, but we're not stretching out the muscles. We're just working it, causing stress. It's about causing stress, not stress as in bad stress. If you're stressing the joints or stressing the connective tissue, it is allowing it to rejuvenate in a sense. You're creating a reaction there that's going to really get things going there for you, that strengthens and protects. So it's 3 minutes here. We've already, because I keep speaking, it's okay, I'm going to leave you in silence a few times. Because we've had a few minutes here. You've only got 1 more minute, and I'm going to leave you in silence for this minute. Imagine you're breathing into your heart center. It's not Ujjayi breath. Okay, so we're coming down onto our bellies. And it's as if we're in our beds here. You're going to bend the right knee up. You're going to bend your elbows out, and you're turning to your right. You're lying on the left side of your cheek, your face, with that right knee up. Commit to stillness, and we're staying here for 2 minutes. Make sure you're not holding tension in your bottom. Letting go of any tension. You're not holding on. There's no flexing of any muscles. You're just accepting where you are. And slowly and gently, coming back up, straightening the legs, listening to the rebound, or my strange cat that's come in to visit us. And we're going to move into the seal pose. So the seal pose is a little bit more of a stretch on your lumbar spine. So you can choose where you want to take it. You can have your hands further away from your body if you need to, or wider. So I like to put, because I'm quite bony under here, I put a cushion under here. So it's not cheating to get cushions involved. You're not supposed to have a cat rolling about on top of you like I am, but He's just actually opened the door himself. I walked in on them in the living room today when they're not allowed, and they just managed to switch on the TV and was listening to Spotify today, so that was interesting. So again, your legs are apart if they want to. It depends on where you want to take your body. So commit to find your edge. So if you want more of a stretch, more of a bit of a back bend here, you can take your hands closer to your body. Or if you feel that your body doesn't need that today, take your hands a little bit further away. So listen to where you are today. Commit to your stillness. You're staying here for 3 minutes. If your mind starts wandering, come back to your breath. Let me switch my light on. It's kind of a bit dark in here, actually. Okay, and then you're coming down onto your belly. And you're going to bend that left knee, bending your arms and looking over your left shoulder. And staying here. You're staying here for 2 minutes. Slowly and gently coming back up. I'm going to move into a wide-legged child's pose, but we're going to thread the needle here. It's more tricky with a cat here. So what you're doing is having your legs are coming wide to the mat. You're sitting back on your heels and get your right arm, take it underneath, and then wherever your left hand wants to go, you've got your right side of your face on the mat, or if you want to put a pillow underneath, it's fine. So find your edge. So where the outside edge of your arm and your shoulder are stimulating various meridian points here. So find your edge and breathe. Gently and slowly coming out of your thread the needle, and then take your legs together and take your arms out in front of you. And just listen to what your body's telling you right now. It's a rebound. It's another thing about yin. You come out of each pose, and only you listen to the rebound. You listen to what your body's telling you. Now we've listened to a rebound. You're coming back up, wide legs, sitting back down your heels if that's available to you, and you're threading the needle the other way. So lying on that left arm, left shoulder, bend that right elbow, and just find your edge and stay there. Relax your jaw, just breathe into where you are. My cat Peppy is really enjoying the yin this evening. You might be able to hear him purring. So now while you're ready, you're going to slowly bring yourself back up. In the rebound here, you're going to sit on your heels into thunderbolt position. So if you can't sit on your heels, you can place blocks underneath or pillows underneath, so your knees aren't, so you should try and keep your knees protected if your knees are shouting at you. If there's pain, you need to pull away. If there's discomfort, it's good for you. So just listen to the rebound. Your body's telling you now. How's the energy flow in your body, your emotions, your thoughts? And then from here, you're going to take your legs out in front of you. So we're going to move into a half shoelace position. So you're taking this right leg over the left leg. So it's not like Yin Yoga, your usual yoga, so I would tell you to flex that left foot towards you. You're going to just flop that leg out. So you can either just have this knee up like this, or if you want, you can have the leg over. So you can have the foot flexed, or if it feels right for you. If your knee, I'm an internal rotator naturally, so my left foot is naturally flopping inwards. If you're naturally an external rotator, your foot might turn out that way. Okay, so from here, we're going to come into cow's face arms. So you're going to take your left arm up, take it down the back, and the right arm's coming underneath to try and hold on. So relaxing the jaw and shoulders, don't worry. If you can't hold on, that's just where you're at. You're either staying here, or some of you might even want to come forwards a little bit. So just listen to where you're at. And especially if in forward bending in yin, you can curve your spine. It's about just working with how you feel as opposed to what you look like. Normally, if in forward bends, I would get you to really tuck the chin in, extend through the spine. If you want to come forward a little bit, that's okay. You might feel a little bit of pressure on that left knee. So listen to your body. Come into your breath. And then coming all the way back up and releasing the arms. And you're going to do Garudasana arms, eagle arms. So get that left arm underneath now. Wrap it under if you like. Lift it up. Either staying there or again, you might want to fold forwards. So work with where you are. We're staying in this for 2 minutes. Inhaling to slowly come back up, unravel your arms, take both legs out in front of you, and just listen to the rebound. What's your body telling you? And from here, you're going to take that left leg over the right. So, like you're not flexing anything, so allow your foot to flop. Okay, and then from here, you're taking your right arm up and take your left arm underneath. So Garudasana, cow's face arms, either staying there, tucking the chin in, breathing into where you are. Or you can fold forward slightly. Just listen to what feels right for you today. Inhaling to come all the way back up if you have leant forwards. And then taking that right arm underneath the left arm. Listen to your shoulders. If there's any injuries there, you have to really listen to your body. You can come forwards if you want to. Listen to your knees, listen to your body. Find your edge. Be comfortable in your discomfort. Commit to stillness. Inhaling to come all the way back up if you were leaning forwards. Releasing the arms. And then checking the rebound, take your legs out in front of you. Listen to your body's telling you. And then from here, you're going to come down onto your backs. Oh, I've got a cat behind me. So hugging your knees in towards you, giving yourself a wee hug. Coming to Apanasana, wind release pose, and just staying there. This is massaging your internal organs. It's really good for your digestion. It's probably good for your liver as well, this one. From here, you're going to stretch your left leg out. Keep that right knee bent. Drop the right knee down to the left and lift that right arm up to increase the stretch. So here, because it's not Yang Yoga, it's Yin Yoga. The hips are off the ground if they need to be. The shoulders are off the ground if they need to be. If you need to put cushion underneath that right knee, if there's any pain, you just work with what feels right for you. Bend that right elbow if you need to. You can look to the left, look to the right. Find your edge and commit to your stillness. Slowly taking your legs back to center, arms down by your sides, straighten out the legs. Listen to the rebound. What's your body telling you today? And then draw that left knee in and drop that left knee down to the right. That left arm's going up. There might be a difference at each side. It's perfectly normal. Where does your body need to be or need to go now? Each side tends to be asymmetrical. Just listen to what your body is saying to you, but don't get carried away with the story. Just be present, remaining present in your body with your breath. And gently taking your legs back up and straightening them out. Listening to the rebound. Draw your knees up towards you. And then you're going to drop your knees to the right, both of them this time. You can have your arms over your head if you need to, or your hands down to closer to your body. Find your edge. I normally like to have my arms above my head. It helps to open up and make me feel more open. So commit to your stillness and stay there. Make sure you're not holding tension in your pelvis, in your jaw. Draw your knees back up to center. Give them a wee hug. And then drop them down to the left. Figure out where you want to put your arms, your legs. Where's your gaze? Commit to your stillness. Be aware of your belly rising and falling. Take your knees back up to center. We're coming into happy baby pose, so it's your body, it's where you want to be today. So you're either going to hold on to the outside of your feet, or the inside. Make sure your jaw and your shoulders are relaxed. And just breathe into where you are, listening to your body. And gently releasing your legs and allowing yourself to come into Shavasana. So make yourself nice and comfortable. Make sure you're going to be warm enough. So Shavasana, we're going to speak about seasonal turnings, which is quite relevant during this autumnal equinox. So make any last adjustments you need to. And we're going to come into something called golden thread breath. So golden thread breath, you're breathing in through your nose and then gently out through your mouth as if you're blowing a golden thread. So breathing in through the nose and gently blowing this golden thread out through your mouth. Just connecting to the golden thread breath. Because it's a all-female group tonight, we can work with more of a yoni shakti practice. So it's this cyclical wisdom unfolding. So it's a little bit, this kind of part of womb yoga. And don't worry if you don't have a womb like me, the prana is still there. So this relaxation is relevant to seasonal turnings, but also to cycles. The cycles in life, cycles in the moon. And we're in the waxing part of the moon, which is about, after making any sort of decisions or manifestations, set intentions at the new moon last week. This is us putting them into play. It's about making decisions and taking action. So let go of your golden thread breath, keeping your eyes closed, and look into the space in front of the closed eyes. Exhale and bring the focus of your attention down into the space of your womb. Breathe your inner gaze down inside the womb and find yourself at the heart of a warm red space. And see yourself lying there inside your own womb, comfortable and perfectly at home. As you lay there in your womb, feel her to be an entire world in herself. Feel a soft breeze blowing across your skin. And look up to see the branches of a beautiful tree above you. You are lying beneath a great womb tree, and her roots reach deep down into the earth. She is growing in the very center of the womb world. You can see blue sky bright behind her branches, and it is spring. Tiny baby leaves are curled up tight on the branches, and as the sun shines, they begin to unfurl. The quality of feeling is fresh and expectant, as if the air itself is full of the possibilities of new beginnings. You feel excitement and wonder at all the newness around you. A sudden little shower of raindrops falls, and the water kisses your face with a gentle, sweet tenderness. More tiny droplets of rain now fall to the ground as the leaves open out in the warming air. It is high summer in the womb world. The tree is decked in the finery of full green leaves and beginning to be heavy with fruit. Beneath the tree, the heat of the season warms you deep inside, and you feel full of life, overflowing with love and ready to give. You stand to stretch and move with a conscious delight, suffused by the power of simply being so vibrantly alive, strong, and full of abundant energy. You watch the branches of the tree bending under the weight of the ripening fruit, and everything feels abundant and all is possible. It is autumn, and the fruits in the tree are ready for harvest. In the magical womb world, the fruits harvest themselves, rolling softly to the ground. The leaves in the tree begin to change colour, curling into fairy twists of orange and red. The wind grows cooler and leaves begin to fall to the ground. You begin to feel the need to tidy and sweep. After the growing seasons, it feels as though the garden needs tending, and you begin clearing the fruits and fallen leaves that have accumulated, sorting and reflecting, preparing for the resting time of the coming cold. It is winter in your womb world, and you're sheltered warm inside by a roaring fire. There is nothing to be done. You respond to the need to rest deeply, and in this state of stillness, you experience a state of gracious peace, as if you'd been washed out to flow in a river. With a visionary clarity, you enter deep inside your own awareness and experience a powerful energy of descent. The tide inside you is pulling you home to yourself, and the womb world is cleansed by the river flow, as if it were washing through you. When the last wave passes, you feel quietly renewed and revisioned. And in your hand you hold a golden chalice that contains your blood. You walk to the great tree in the heart of the womb world. Kneeling reverently, you pour the blood down into her roots to nourish future growth. The blood is received back to the earth, and you sense the beginning of a slight shift in your energies and your interest as the seasons in the womb world begin to turn again. You greet the coming cycle with the deep wisdom of a woman who respects the special qualities of each season and responds to the changes each brings as it turns in the womb world of your inner life. So this can be relevant if you don't have a cycle like myself. I apply this to the seasons, I apply this to the moon cycle, I especially apply it to the moon cycle. So we're in the waxing part of the moon, the new moon, we created, we manifested, we thought about what we wanted to bring into our lives. We're now gathering up what we need and doing what needs to be done. As we move towards the full moon is about gratitude and figuring out how we managed to get there, what needs to be let go of. So we forgive, we let go, and we're grateful. And then as the moon wanes, as it gets smaller, we begin to let go and prepare for the new moon again. So just now we're in the waxing phase. We've just entered autumn. So it's really about nurturing, practicing self-care, doing what needs to be done, and just being okay with being yourself and being you. So coming back into your breath, coming back into where you're lying on the floor. You can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, stretch your arms over your head, away from your body, stretching your feet away from your body, pulling your knees in, giving yourselves a wee hug, rolling from side to side, loosening off your sacrum, and then rolling onto your right side into recovery position, and just staying there. And then from here, gently pushing yourselves up to seated position and placing your hands in Anjali Mudra. So we're going to work with, because it's so dark in here, we're going to work with a little mudra flow just to end the practice. So hopefully you can see me. So it's maybe if I go here. So we're working with the breath, but just make your breath natural. So what you're doing is you're taking your hand down, so the backs of your hands are coming down, and then bringing them back up, and then taking them into Lotus Mudra, and then back into Anjali Mudra, into this way, okay? So you bring in the backs of your hands down, bring them back up, into Lotus Mudra, and back into Anjali Mudra. So work with a few flows on your own. You can close your eyes if you like, connecting to your breath. It's a really lovely meditative move to really, mudras are really quite powerful energetically. Finish your last round, coming into Anjali Mudra. And we're going to end the session with an Om. Here we go. Namaste. Thank you for practicing yoga with me tonight. It's been so lovely.